Dr. Cassie Preston. My job as a mental performance coach is to help elite athletes just like you to consistently perform at your capabilities. But in order to do that, you need to reliably get in the zone. The problem is, like most athletes, you spend too much time in your own head, worrying, overthinking, and are doubting yourself. This can be frustrating and discouraging because you've put in all this work to develop your physical abilities. Your mindset is causing you to underperform. Now, I understand that working on your mindset can be difficult and confusing. There's so much cliche advice out there like, don't worry about it and just be positive, which might be the mental states you want to achieve, but it's not the how-to. In fact, this fluffy cookie cutter advice often makes things worse. Instead, what you need to do is challenge the status quo and think differently about success and failure. That's why I wrote the best-selling book, Mindset First, to provide athletes like you a repeat and reliable way to win the mental game. I share the concise and practical strategies I use to help professional athletes be at their best day in and day out. This book will help you break free from the weight of results so you can stop spending so much time in your own head and start playing with confidence so you can perform when it matters most. And most importantly, I promise you this, by reading this book and working on your mental game, you're going to have a heck of a lot more fun along the way.
Hello and welcome to the Nicholas Sportsplex North Rink for what is an important game for both teams. Welcome into the World Sports Broadcasting Network as the North American Young Guns will take on the Minnesota Machine. My name is Luke Jordan. I'll be bringing you through the action during this afternoon alongside our producer Anthony Lunn. Although these teams are pretty lopsided statistically, both have their own places that they're trying to fight for. For the Young Guns, a win could get them into the 15th spot in the playoffs if everybody else loses out. So the playoff hopes are not over, but they'll have to watch from the stands for the rest of the night with some anxiety. Now for Minnesota, they have it just about locked up. They're 4-1. They're coming off a big 11-1 win against Pro Hockey today, but that actually got ruled a 8-1 win because you can't have more than a +7 or a -7 goal differential-wise in a game. But still, they're in 10th place right now. A win could bump them up a few and try to get them better seeding and even home advantage, if you'd like to call it that, in the round of 16 beginning tomorrow morning. So, before we get into it all, we're going to send you to a quick commercial break here on WSBN, and we will be right back.
At Ironmen Industries, we forge the foundation of excellence in steel manufacturing. Our dedication to quality and precision sets the industry standard, delivering unmatched innovation that powers progress and builds tomorrow's world. We don't just produce steel, we craft a legacy of strength. With every cut, weld, and bend, our commitment to our customers shines through. Choose the steel partner that never compromises on quality. Visit us at ironmenindustries.com.
Just moments from puck drop here. We are just about 8 minutes early on puck drop. Most games typically do run a little bit early, so if your team happens to have any games that are later in the slates tomorrow, make sure you show up to the broadcast a handful of minutes early, 10 to 15 minutes, so you can catch it all in time. The North American Young Guns at the bottom of the barrel right now, 22nd out of 22 teams in this tournament. But all it takes is one win to bump them into a playoff spot. That's the magic of having 16 teams in this playoff format. So it is go time. Young Guns in the black and neon-ish green And for Minnesota, they are in the orange. Quite the bright jersey matchup with those shades of green and the full-on orange. Here comes Jack Stevens quickly now down the left side. He wraps it around. Big save there by the starting goaltender, Brooks Gerhardt. On the other side, it's Braden Hansen. North America is going to need to rely on some big-time goaltending in this one from Gerhardt in order to try to pull off an upset against the Minnesota Machine. Here's Bogdan Smoliak. Had 2 points earlier in their first game against Pro Hockey. Everybody all around got in on the action on the team. Only 4 players of the entire roster did not record a point this morning. Here comes Heinzler, inside, score! Dane Hensler dices up the defense there and gets the first goal on the board. I'm sure that was one of the worries from the Young Guns prior to this game. They know Minnesota is one of the speediest teams in the entire tournament, and all it takes is a burst of acceleration like that, and they have it in the back of the net. 1-0 game. Minnesota nearly making it 2. That appeared to be Logan Gliniani. Sent back down the wall and cycled now for Bodie Fuller. Fuller up top now for Peterson. Sent back down the wall. And a nice pass behind the net, grabbed out of the air as Brooks Gerhardt registers his third save already. 1 minute and 53 seconds into this 3 o'clock game. No other games start. Actually, now the ESH National Selects and the Western Selects will drop puck very soon, but this is the only truly active game as of right now. Bouncing puck, still loose in front, and it is poked out by the Young Guns. Up the ice now is Boris Tykra. Tykra sends it around the wall. Nico Giannetti only had it for its split second, and the Machine break out of the zone. As Connor Christian from a distance, and that is wide. Malachi Peck holds on, lets one go, and a big stop there by Gerhardt, who's been impressive from the small sample size we've seen. That one goal came from Dane Hensler. In the neutral zone, the Machine trying to get the gears turning. Stevens plays it across. And it was interrupted by a stick of the Young Guns, now down low. It cannot be cleared up until now. And up the right side comes Bogdan Smoliak. Smoliak drops back for Stevens, who couldn't corral it, and it'll trickle into the glove of Gerhardt. Gerhardt entering this game with a 5.5 goals allowed average and a .707 save percentage. As it is every year, it's another year of offensive hockey. It's impressive in this tournament every year to have above an 800. Puck is picked up in the slot, thrown on, and a big save there from Braden Hansen. That would have just barely graced over his shoulder if he did not lift it. We are 4 minutes into the first period. And Minnesota successful on another puck battle. Out to center ice. Given across. This looks like Gliniani, who slides it to the middle. Backhand try from Bodie Fuller, wouldn't go. Minnesota repossesses. Works it to the red line. One to the slot, hit the stick of Fuller, and now looked to be recovered by Gliniani, but it hopped over his stick. Beautiful move, trying to finish the play. And a nice denial there from Gerhardt. Can't exactly tell a number. It is entirely tucked into his jersey. And no shoulder numbers, or TV numbers as they like to call them, on the Minnesota jerseys. Here's some speed. Down the side, thrown to the front, but is behind the stick of Max Mann. That was Boris Tykra that got the chance started, and that is one promising chance. Clearly a couple of young guns who can really gun it all right. As is cleared in by Mann. Connor Christian up ahead for Peck, and now it finds a stick of Thelen. Thelen with a shot. That is wide left, and getting onto the rebound. Technically, it hit the wall and then bounced right back to the front. If he was not aware of that, it could have very much have been a 2-goal lead for Minnesota. Some solid awareness from Brooks Gerhardt so far, stopping 6 out of 7. Clean face-off win for Minnesota. Here's a shot from the point. Nice save there by Gerhardt, but it's still loose. It's now below the net as Smoliak surveys the ice and slides it over. That's a shot there. That's denied. It got the right pad of Gerhardt. On the chance was Hensler, looking for his second already. That was Connor Perrington who had the chance there. That hit the crossbar. As Minnesota has piled on the pressure early on in this first period. But here's a nice chance developing for the Young Guns. As Minnesota wipes out any idea of an odd man rush for the Young Guns, and they now take it the other way themselves. Smoliak to the middle, and that bounced to the other side. Flipped up the wall, can't be kept at the blue line. And it'll be a slight reset for the machine. Also known as Minnesota-made hockey. Here's a backhand try that is denied. Brock Schiltgen had a solid chance there, and it's another solid save in rebuttal coming from Brooks Gerhardt. 7:40 reads the clock. We are 10 seconds from hitting the halfway mark on the first period. Only one goal scored from Dane Hensler. That came in a minute and 11 seconds into this one. Since then, we've been quiet. Brody Pencala holds and gets one that hits the body of Peterson. He regains the puck now here in the corner. Up to the point. Shot there is wide. And it'll be fluttered right back towards the net, but Peterson's stick in the way. Numbers opportunity for Minnesota. A solid back check effort And now it's thrown to the high slot. A shot and a glove save. This is exactly what we talked about the Young Guns needing. They needed one of their goalies to step up big time. It's happened so far. But of course, we still have 36 minutes and 45 seconds of hockey to play. So it'll be hard to hold it the whole way, but who knows? We've already seen a couple big upsets today. Toronto Elite handing it to Toronto Elite. I believe that game was 7-1. That was here earlier. Me and Dylan were on the call for that. And then also just about an hour or two ago, the Connecticut Junior Rangers upset the BC Bulldogs in OT. And to detail you into it, British Columbia was 4-0 as we have a body checking penalty coming in here on Brooke Fetzer. To detail you into it, BC was 4-0, Connecticut was 0-4. And the Rangers pulled it off. They were up 4-1. Choked a little bit, went to 4-4, went to OT, and then it was pulled off. I forget the player's name, but he got the hat trick with the 5th goal in OT, and it was just a cinematic game. Tarsi was on the call for that. Great broadcaster. It actually flew in from Edmonton to come do these games. Here at WSBN, we have people all over the place. Two of the producers nearby. We got Carson over there. He's from Colorado. And Anthony right here. He's from Toronto. I'm 17 minutes away from here, so it's pretty nice for me. Can't lie. Tight angle shot. Hit a body in the lane. It'll be cleared. 25 seconds gone. A good opportunity, but a shot block credited to North America. Jack Steven carries in the pack. Look at this agility. Wraps it around and scores. Have you ever seen anybody wrap it around that fast? Jack Stevens, 2 goals earlier today. That's his 3rd goal of the day and first of this one. So, Minnesota able to get that power play goal. And it's now a 2-0 game. 4th power play goal overall of the tournament for the Machine. Here's a nice batted down pass attempt as Henry Walker gives it across, and they score! That looks to be tough number to tell. I believe it's Caleb Benkin, number 18, who gets North America on the board. An offense just averaging 1.6 goals per game is on early. Not even 10 minutes in here. Big time goal there on the 3rd shot of the game from the Young Guns. And I apologize, this is actually a number that isn't on my roster. It's number 13, Hayden Zarota with the goal. So now that I can finally jot his name into the roster, and he'll be jotted into the score sheet with the 1st goal. I cannot believe that was not called. I mean, that's a clear body check and some clear frustration from the left side of the stands. Could very much have set up a 2-2 game. Here's a shot that got through and they score. Jacoby Jansen enjoying his 1st goal of the tournament right there. And you can hear some of the screaming still. And rightfully so. If that penalty gets called, that goal never happens, and it could stay 2-1. But instead, Minnesota leads by a pair. Outshooting North America by quadruple right now. It's 12-3. Here's Malachi Peck, pinned against the wall, and it is swept out. As Penkala over the blue line and just puts a shot onto Hansen. Down the far side of the ice come the Machine. That looks to be Christian. Didn't have it for long, and North America caught in a change. They sent it to the other side. Thelen walks into the slot, rips one on, and it got poked away there in the process by J.P. White. Giannetti left it back, and here's Tykra. Boris Tykra, patient. He'll find man, and he is nudged off the puck, and it's taken the other way. Risky pass at center ice. Giannetti walks back in. A lot of back and forth, a lot of north-south. Both teams just a little bit higher on the turnover count than typical so far in this first period. Owen Elliott looking for man. Gets by Hiswood. And now man has it successfully. Gives it to Boris Tykra. Tykra cuts to the outside and had his stick lifted. Impressive back check there by Smoliak as he gets hit into the wall. And he is slow to get up. We might need a whistle blown, but they can't yet while North America has the puck. Thankfully, Smoliak is walking it off. His stride looks clearly uncomfortable, but he's playing it through, and now he's got the puck here on the near side. Here's Smoliak. Something bad happened behind the play. Smoliak still gets a shot off, and it would appear that these would be offsetting, and they will be. Thank you, referee. She actually just untucked the jersey of Jack Stevens for me, so I could see it too. So it's 12 and 13 who go to the box. Offsetting penalties, so we'll stay 5-on-5, but Jack Stevens for Minnesota and Hayden Zarota for North America. North America still needs another skater out there. They currently have 4. Should be 5-on-5, and it will be now. 1:51 left in the first period. Crowd amped up to get back to the action. Immediate 3-on-2 off the draw. Thrown towards the net, bounces in! Wait, no! No goal. They're saying kicking motion. So that'll take us to the near side dot in the neutral zone, and the goal is denied as it was redirected by a kick, apparently, or at least a movement of the foot, because obviously it was very hard to kick that in, but a slight redirection on purpose by the foot is what they ruled it as, and in all levels of hockey, that is a no goal. Looks like a 4-on-1 here for Minnesota. But the pass sails behind 2 sticks. Intercepted up top by Nagy Melikuti. Kopani Nagy Melikuti, the full name. If I do happen to pronounce anything the wrong way, that is my fault. Final 30 seconds here in the first. Young Guns get in deep. Jansen gives it back to his D partner. And here's a lead pass ahead for Thelen. Anders Thelen drops back for Peck, but it's behind his reach, and now here come the Young Guns. One last push with 7 seconds and counting to go. And it's Penkala with a shot that goes wide, and that'll do it for the first period here on the North Rink. Minnesota leads by 2, controversially. Of course, many on the left of me would argue that it is a 2-1 game due to that third goal being scored to a missed penalty, but the game is the game, and there's nothing here we can do to reverse about it. Shots on goal 12-4 after the first period. And now we do have 3 games live, as we typically do. The other 2 games start at 3:10, so they should just be concluding the first period soon. As Pro Hockey is up early on Southeast Elite, 1-0, and then the ESH National Selects are tied with the Western Selects, 1-1. So
Do you want to develop an unshakable level of self-confidence? Then check out my best-selling book, Mindset First. It provides a concise and practical way for athletes just like you to win the mental game. Fed up with the fluffy and cookie-cutter mental game advice? You're not alone. My best-selling book, Mindset First, is your guide to discover a reliable and repeatable way to dominate the mental game. You don't need to suffer from performance anxiety, overthinking, and confidence issues. In this concise and practical book, you'll learn how I coach professional athletes to get dialed in and day out.
And we welcome you back just as the puck is about to be dropped on the second period. 2-goal lead for Minnesota. Trying to finish pool play with a 5-1-0 record. If we were looking at the standings right now, the Machine are in 10th, and a win could get them into, let's see, it could get them into the 4th spot. Now that is if none of the other top teams win their last game tonight. But the best they could do is the 4th, and the worst they could do is stay in their spot. So they are in good odds of getting home advantage per se, or a top 8 seed. And arguably the biggest game right now is Pro Hockey in Southeast Elite, because that game could just about decipher who makes the playoffs and who doesn't. If there is a last spot where a team is 1-5. The Young Guns are in contention for that too, but they need to win this one here. Otherwise, it is a guaranteed consolation game. Walking in with some nice dangles and now evading is Hensler, who he scored the first goal. Shot thrown on through traffic, still loose on the far post, and it gets scrambled out to the circle. Here comes Brody Penkala. Getting it in deep, winning his own chase, defended here by Hensler. Penkala sees an opening, tries to take it, and he's taken down. Moore actually lost his footing, it seemed like. And now Connor Christian. Just thought he'd try it, but missed the net anyway. Mann gets it in deep. We have a whistle. High sticking. Only one shot in this period so far, and it came from the Machine. Jack Stevens tries to float it ahead. Now it's Smoliak up ahead. Stevens is hit. And now Max Mann had his stick lifted last moment there by Smoliak. A lot of back and forth. That is offsides. The ref actually initially waved no off, but then he saw a very late trailing Boris Tykra and then was able to catch it there. Pass goes in between the legs of Nagy Milikuti. Looks like head coach Eric Elliott did not like that call. Shaking his head from the bench still to this moment like a bobblehead. As they did not believe it was offsides. Honestly, steep angle from here, couldn't tell. And now Henry Walker, he dished the assist earlier. He's got a 3-on-1. How can he operate? Sends it to the back door. And the duo of Zadora and Walker almost connected for the second time. They were the reason for the first goal. It's kept in. Walker. Side of the net attempt by Zadora. And now Schlittgen. Schlittgen trying to cut by Fetzer, and he won an interference call. He'll go get a change now. Walker coming back the other way. Takes a carom off the boards, and now Hensler. Hensler's drop pass didn't go as planned. And it comes out of the pile to the slot. Shot there was a blocker save for Gerhardt. Good opportunity for Christian. As now Trevor Joint and the Young Guns push up the ice. Pass is just left a little bit behind the intended target. Joint gets it in deep. And now Peterson uses the wall. Beautiful break out there for the Machine, but then they forget it in the neutral zone. Nonetheless, they'll have it back. A stretch pass tipped in. This will not go as icing. As Connor Christian is rammed from behind, that will be a body checking penalty. And there's a nice save in front, but then it bounces in. It is a no goal. It is goaltender interference. As Gerhardt was knocked off the play. Does seem like the right call, and nonetheless, that does not scratch off the penalty. So that'll send Owen Elliott to the penalty box. And Minnesota's power play, who has already scored once, trying to strike again. No 2 and 10 will be assessed. It's just a 2-minute minor. So Elliott will be right out of there after the fact. And we'll see if that's any earlier than he imagines if Minnesota scores a goal. Here's a chance. It's in between the 5-0 line. It's not in the net. It rolled across the goal line, and it'll now be cleared the full 200. Wow, thought for sure that found its way in. Could very much be a 6-1 game right now. Gerhardt's been huge as he makes another stop there. That one easier than most of the ones he's faced. That just goes to show you the strength of the saves he's had to make. Minnesota working the perimeter here. As Smolyak finds his man down low, he'll get it back. Very solid possession here. Now it's to Hensler at the point. He'll rip it on that, hit a helmet. That was the helmet of Caleb Benkin. And now Jack Stevens. Stevens, backdoor opportunity fanned on by Smolyak. He will repossess. 30 seconds left on the man advantage. Very well possessed power play from Minnesota, just nothing to show for yet. They're 1 for 2 in this game, and a saucer pass attempted for the backdoor is interrupted by the glove of Gerhardt, and then we have an awkward domino effect in front of the net that knocks over Gerhardt after the whistle. That was very bizarre. Hope you all are enjoying this game from wherever you are. If you're watching the Canadian representative North America from Canada, hello to you from the United States of America. And if you're just chilling at the hotel waiting for your next game, hope you're comfortable. Get some liquids for the games later tonight. We still got some left. It's only 3:25 p.m. Last game is scheduled for 8:15. Big save there on the far side post from Gerhardt. It took a bounce behind the net. We are at even strength as Minnesota is now 1 for 3 in this matchup. They are middle of the pack when it comes to power play goals. In this tournament, the best team right now, the ESH National Selects, who are playing right now, coming into their final 6th game, they have 11 power play goals in 5 games. Some teams don't even have 11 goals in 5 games. There's a nice dangle at the top of the circle, and it hits a body. Zadora, lone goal scorer so far for the Young Guns. Trying to pass it towards the net, and that is interrupted. Risky territory for North America. They coughed it up on what could have been an odd man opportunity. That will not be a penalty. And we'll play on. Oh, boy. And after the fact, the Minnesota player went to take a whack at the head of the North America player. I'm assuming they just didn't call it because he didn't make contact. I mean, this is getting out of hand. Not everything that the crowd argues is a penalty, but I'm no rule book follower entirely, but it seems like even if you take an attempt to slash the back of somebody's head, that should be a penalty. Should be a 10-minute. As here's Minnesota over the line. Hensler looking for goal number 2. Big save! Rebound pops out to the far side, and nothing would come out of it. There's a hit there. They'll finally get that one. Anders Thelen will go to the box. And now the 0-1 Young Guns can get to work. Oh, he didn't miss. Yeah, Anthony Lunn, our producer, looked back on the replay, said he didn't miss. He got him in the head. And that makes the case even worse. That is one you just got to see, especially after it was right by the puck. I mean, the puck escaped maybe 1 second later, and then after the fact, the slash was made. And you're hoping that one doesn't get sent to the Official Association of of Illinois if you're one of these two out here. Everybody makes mistakes, sometimes just bigger than others. We play on. Under 6 minutes to go here in the second period. 1:35 and ticking. Second power play opportunity for the Young Guns. There's a nice tip ahead. Shooting opportunity was stripped by the Minnesota defender. It was Trevor Joint who came up short as he's now battling below the net. Minnesota is shorthanded, but still deadly. 2 shorthanded goals in this tournament. One of only a handful of teams to have more than 1 shorthanded goal. Here in their 6th game, seeking their 5th win. Up next after this one, it's Slovakia Kings taking on the Young Kings from the Philadelphia area. Stevens cuts in, scores! Like we said, still deadly when shorthanded, and they grab another shorthanded goal. That is their 3rd of the tournament. Thelen still in the box for 43 more seconds. Jack Stevens, 2 goals in this one. He is now at 9 goals on the tournament and 4 goals on the day. Day 3 is the charm, to say the least. 3rd time's the charm? No, 3rd day's the charm for Jack Stevens. A nice pass across the point now to Jansen, who already has his first goal. Loose puck in front, swept out. And now Mann getting to the outside. Flips this one, and it got shouldered away by Braden Hansen. Vertical pass now for Bodie Fuller. He found Glennie, and he loose puck, rebound, score! Shiltgen on the tap-in. And just like that, it is a 4-goal lead for Minnesota. Nonetheless, a great effort from Brooks Gerhardt, who has been fighting as hard as he could up to this point. But the wheels are starting to fall off a little bit. 14 saves on 19 shots. Pardon me, 21 now. So he's got a 6.67 in this game so far. No, that's wrong. Ignore what I said. Just above a 750 is what it is. We got some shoving going right in front of the glass, and a shove from behind. That should be a penalty, and it will be. They'll get it. Things are getting scrappy. Not typical from the North American Young Guns. Just over 5 penalty minutes a game on average. You're talking 2 to 3 penalties a game. And with that one, they're already at 4, which is 8 penalty minutes. And even the parents might get into it. So, 2-minute minor on Hayden Zadora. He's the one who scored the only goal for the Young Guns so far, and Now he'll have to watch anxiously from the box, hoping that Minnesota doesn't put this into running clock territory before the end of this period. It is a 5-1 game. 6-1 game makes it a running clock starting in the third, and that running clock cannot be stopped until it is back within a 3-goal gap. Speaking of threes, here is Baylor Peterson. Up the ice now to Thelen. 1 for 3 power play unit so far in this one. Thelen looking to make it 2 for 4, and he scores! He'll do just that. Thelen had the recent penalty for the Machine. Only out of the box for a couple minutes before he finds the back of the net, and it is a 6-1 game. Next game's not till 4:45. We are running ahead of schedule, so I'm wondering, even with the 5-goal gap, there will still be a flood. The Zamboni door has not opened yet, but of course there's 2:19 to go. Slovakia and the Young Kings are now starting to line up against the wall, catch the rest of this game before they're on the spotlight next. We're looking to hear the Slovakian anthem for the first time. There's a nice head save there from Gerhardt. There was a slash behind the play. Now one to the face. That should potentially be a... And it's going to be Smoliak who will serve, but I'd be pretty shocked if they don't give Owen Elliott a call as well, and it doesn't look like they will. A couple of cross-checks after the whistle could have definitely put him in there, but perhaps he got away with that one. So North America, chance to try to score in the next 2 minutes. This is more important than you would think, because if they can get this power play goal before the second period expires, then there is no running clock that starts in the third. Because once it gets to 5, then it's, practically impossible to get it back to a 3-goal deficit and stop that clock. So, one of the more important power plays of the clash for North America. They don't have it below the net. Brody Pencala slid it across, and it is cut off. They'll try again as Trevor Joint over the blue. And his pass was intercepted once again. Just not the best of possessions in the recent minute here for the Young Guns, as 50 seconds have already been burned here. And now we're at 1 minute left on the man advantage for the Young Guns. Minnesota trying something shorthanded. Caleb Benkin got caught up to. That is a clean play, and will play on. Brody Pencala is by it off of it. Now here's a shot. Big shoulder save, and he pounces on the rebound too. And now there are going to be a couple penalties from this one. Things are getting chippy. There are now 3 Machine players in the box. And there should be 2 Young Guns, it appears, if not just 1. Closing the door is Trevor Joint. He's the lone Young Gun in there, as of right now at least. And it looks like it'll stay that way. So, 3 Machine members on one side. It looks like a friendly hangout in there. And Trevor Joint is all alone. So it is now a 5-on-3 for the Young Guns. Interesting face-off formation as Caleb Benkin is all the way on the far side circle. But it leaves him wide open for a chance like this. He's got it now. Back up top. Connor Christie looking for Benkin, and it is taken away and cleared. "21 seconds to try to stop the potential of a running clock going into the third. A look in front, and it's just wide of the right post. One more rush. This is important here for the Young Guns if they really want a chance. And there is a play by Zadora. That should be a penalty, and that will be. He's telling him that he's too small, but was it really worth the minor penalty? The Young Guns walked into this one with 5.2 penalty minutes a game on average. You'd have to imagine that will skyrocket quite a little bit. So we'll play 4-on-4. Minnesota able to prevent any scoring on the 5-on-3 coming from the Young Guns, and time is wrapped up here in the second period. Minnesota leads by 5. We will have a flood. And a smart coaching move by the machine, as they will now let their kids come off from the bench and go to the locker room. Didn't want any talking to happen. So shots on goal, 21-7. Triple of what the Young Guns is what the machine have, and they have a whole hand count more of goals as well. They have a 5-goal lead. 6-1 in favor of Minnesota as we head to the third period. So we will take just about an approximate 10-minute break up here on WSBN, and we will be right back after this advertising break.
Ironmen Industries stands for quality and precision in steel manufacturing. Specializing in quality of our work, we're committed to our customers. Build the future with us. At Ironmen Industries, we forge the foundation of excellence in steel manufacturing. Our dedication to quality and precision sets the industry standard, delivering unmatched innovation that powers progress and builds tomorrow's world. We don't just produce steel, we craft a legacy of strength. With every cut, weld, and bend, our commitment to our customers shines through. Choose the steel partner that never compromises on quality. Visit us at ironmenindustries.com.
Skating 4-on-4. Minnesota has a setup and a cycle. There's a shot in from the near side and scores. That was number 77, Henry Corwin, who moved out front and put it past Lancaster. So here an even strength goal with 150 left to go here.
Do you want to develop an unshakable level of self-confidence? Then check out my best-selling book, Mindset First. It provides a concise and practical way for athletes just like you to win the mental game. Fed up with the fluffy and cookie-cutter mental game advice? You're not alone. My best-selling book, Mindset First, is your guide to discover a reliable and repeatable way to dominate the mental game. You don't need to suffer. Do you want to develop an unshakable level of self-confidence? Then check out my best-selling book, Mindset First. It provides a concise and practical way for athletes just like you to win the mental game.
breakthrough in skating development. With smart technology and artificial intelligence, the Helios Core analyzes key aspects of your skating, then shares the data in a mobile app. So players and coaches can see a player's progress, what still needs work, and where they stand against other players their age. The Helios Core gives players the information they need.
I'm Dr. Cassie Preston. My job as a mental performance coach is to help elite athletes just like you to consistently perform at your capabilities. But in order to do that, you need to reliably get in the zone. The problem is, like most athletes, you spend too much time in your own head, worrying, overthinking, and are doubting yourself. This can be frustrating and discouraging because you've put in all this work to develop your physical abilities. Your mindset is causing you to underperform. Now, I understand that working on your mindset can be difficult and confusing. There's so much cliche advice out there like, don't worry about it and just be positive, which might be the mental states you want to achieve, but it's not the how-to. In fact, this fluffy cookie cutter advice often makes things worse. Instead, what you need to do is challenge the status quo and think differently about success and failure. That's why I wrote the best-selling book, Mindset First, to provide athletes like you a repeat and reliable way to win the mental game. I share the concise and practical strategies I use to help professional athletes be at their best day in and day out. This book will help you break free from the weight of results so you can stop spending so much time in your own head and start playing with confidence so you can perform when it matters most. And most importantly, I promise you this, by reading this book and working on your mental game, you're going to have a heck of a lot more fun along the way. Fed up with the fluffy and cookie cutter mental game advice? You're not alone. My best-selling book, Mindset First, is your guide to discover a reliable and repeatable way to dominate the mental game. You don't need to suffer from performance anxiety, overthinking, and confidence issues. In this concise and practical book, you'll learn how I coach professional athletes to get dialed in and day out. You'll see real-life examples of how athletes train their mind to consistently get in the zone. And the bottom line, you'll have the principles and the strategies to break free from the weight of results, play with confidence, and perform when it matters most.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I did. Okay, make sure, let me know, just make sure it's connected, okay? Okay, awesome.
Hello and welcome back into the broadcast here on the World Sports Broadcasting Network. Happy to be with you. My name is Luke Jordan. We are about to resume play between the Minnesota Machine and the North American Young Guns. Of course, 2 periods completed, a 6-1 lead for Minnesota, and the running clock will begin early on in this 3rd period. So start your timers. It will fly by here in the 3rd. After this one, we have the Slovakia Kings and the Young Kings from the Philly, New Jersey area. So the shot's 21-7 as of right now, favoring the Machine. 6 goals in total, 3 of them in the first, 3 of them in the second. Who knows what is coming for them here in the 3rd period. And although 6 goals, a very solid performance from Brooks Gerhardt, getting in front of practically everything he possibly can, but Minnesota has just truly picked him apart up to this point. So there will be no goalie changes, although it did look like that at the start. Ryder Robinson was getting the crease warm for Brooks Gerhardt. There was some concern that Robinson was just going to start the 3rd period since it's the last pool play game, but that is wiped, and both goalies will stay in, the 2 that have been in since the start. So hopefully this period goes well. Of course, it ended with some bad blood at the end of the 2nd. A lot of penalties in that 2nd period. 8 to be exact, compared to the only 3 in the 1st. And we are ready for go time. Machine looking to cruise their way into a 5-1 record that would put them in quite the spot for the round of 16 that begins tomorrow. Quarterfinals Saturday and semifinals Saturday, I believe. And then the bronze and gold game on that Sunday morning. As there's a puck that nearly finds its way to the back of the net early on here. We are in temporary 4-on-4. A nice pass down low to Fetzer. Fetzer cuts back, and his pass took a redirection. Look at this dashing speed from Logan Gliniani, getting some pressure on Noah Decker. There's a lane to make the pass, but it was tight, and it misses the target. It is not a stopped clock until North America is within 3 goals. They're trying to make it a 4-goal deficit, but the shot there from Tykra. This is wide right. He's had a couple good chances in this one. Speedy player. Walker gave it away. Down center ice comes the Machine. And that was an offsides, as Anders Thelen, unaware of where he was. Thelen had the recent goal for the Machine, the one that is responsible for this running clock. So if you're on North America or a fan of North America, you're probably not a fan of him. But on the Machine side, they're definitely appraising him. 10 seconds left on the very condensed power play for the Machine. They never even really got to get it set up until now. There has been nothing chippy in the first 2 minutes. Puck took 2 bounces, found the stick of Christian before it didn't, and it slipped off. As Zadora fires it in deep, North America wins the chase. But the pass down low is beyond Zadora. This tip is unfortunate for the Young Guns, and now Thelen walks in, slides it at the pad, and that's denied. Baylor Peterson at the back line for Minnesota. Pass intended for Christian, got by him. So now it's Benkin. Here comes Benkin. I would have to say quite easily the tallest player out there. Here's a pass to the back door and a shot that is denied. That looked to be Tyker on the opportunity. Held at the point by Benkin. Gets it over for Penkala. Penkala back to the point. Benkin in some space. He'll take advantage, but the shot zips wide. A reset, much needed. Sent in on deep. And their first for it is Jacoby Jansen. He scored his first goal of the tournament earlier in this one. Only had an assist prior to that. Now he is proud to say he's in both columns before the end of pool play. Speaking of Jansen, he has it, and he sent it vertically to Shiltgen. And now Shiltgen. A lead pass just maybe a bit too far ahead for the likes of Logan Gliniani. As Gliniani now swerving in and out. Has some space now. Shot in the slot, he scores! Logan Gliniani circles around the Young Guns defense, is patient for the right angle, and boy did he have quite the angle. Goes top left over the body of Gerhardt. First goal of the third has arrived. It's a 7-1 game. Goal differential can play a big part when it comes to standings. So, you know, of course, Minnesota's hungry for one more. Delayed penalty, this will be interference. So the Young Guns will get back to work on the power play. Two power play goals on the tournament here in their sixth game. For reference, Minnesota has 4. Scoring 1 in this game. North America yet to do that. A clear from Peterson. First back to retreat is Fetzer. Fetzer uses the wall and was looking for Nagy Melakuti. Came into this game as the leader in not only goals but points as a whole. 3 goals, 1 assist, 4 points. But he's been held to not much here in this last game of pool play. Not a lot of chances that make you say ooh or ah compared to his previous 5 games. Here's a rebound in front, and it's fanned on. A bouncing puck was missed by Zadora. It's Walker. The Walker-Zadora line back out there once again. They are responsible for the only plus of this game for the Young Guns. This gets by 2 sticks, will be ruled in icing. Running clock will just about send Dane Hensler out of the box very shortly. He had 2 minutes for interference. Bellin swept one wide, right off the draw. Minnesota still seeking that second power play goal. And that one from a distance, no issues for Gerhardt, who makes save number 17 with that one. We'll hover around to the scores section here. Pro hockey in a huge game, trying to get that last playoff spot potentially. Up 3-1 on Southeast Elite, and the ESH National Selects and Western Selects, 2 selects teams that are 4-1. Obviously built up for a great matchup, and it has been one. 2-1 game favoring Western. In the previous hour before this one, we saw the upset of the Rangers over the Bulldogs. North Shore blanked Metrics 7-0, and Battery Hockey Academy from Ohio went down to Spartans, Alberta 9-2. We are under 6 minutes from concluding this game. That includes stoppages. Very slim odds of North America able to cut back into that 3-goal deficit that was present in the first period. And actually at the beginnings of the second as well. A nice pass in front. Christian lost his handling on his stick. But those are the types of chances that they've generated today. Here's another one, and it's just wide of the net. It was Peck. Hensler. Down around the wall. Peck now walks in. He's got a man across. One-time attempt, not as high velocity as they would have imagined, and it fluttles wide. A nice pad save off a shot from the point from Hensler, but then the rebound pops right out, and the machine put it in the back of the net. Gerhardt was already getting ready to slide to the other post, and I think he did so earlier than he wanted. And it left the net wide open for Minnesota. And they've scored 8 now. In this North Rink, we've been welcomed to some very top-tier offenses, and Minnesota joins that list. Coming into this one averaging 6.2 goals a game. This is the max amount of goal differential that Minnesota can obtain. It would be a +7 situation, which would move them to +21 in the pool play. Here's a beautiful move by Walker, trying to finish the play, and staying with them there was Braden Hansen. What a great Stonewall stop. Great setup, great finish, just better goaltending on that one. Purinton gets in, and looks like Gerhardt got part of the puck on that one. Under 3 minutes to go. Here's number 3, Baylor Peterson, off the wall now for Logan Gliniani. We have a delayed penalty on North America. It was behind the play per se, and it will be Owen Elliott that will go to the box, is what we assume. Now, I would like to see a replay of that one, because to be honest with you, I had no idea that even happened. I just saw 2 guys slide. So we'll get to see it here. Power play already starting on the clock. Oh, yeah. He just got in his way, and that should be an interference call. Looks like Gerhardt got part of that. A nice stop there. Here's a tough angle shot from Stevens. He regains it now below the net. Gets a better angle this time, and Gerhardt still stops him stone cold. Another save. Boy, are they piling it on in this period. And this puck will find a fan. Five players with 2 points. It's Gliniani, Jansen, Hensler, Stevens, and Thelen on the all-team attack. That has resulted in 8 goals for the Machine. Here's a chance to make it 9, but that hit a shin guard. As we are now nearing the final minute. Only 35 seconds, and running is the penalty on Elliott. Perhaps one more chance for the Young Guns before they go to play in consolation play tomorrow. Trevor Joint backhands it up top. This will be covered by the Machine. It looks like we will still have one more puck drop. Got to give some credit to Braden Hansen. Only faced 9 shots on this one, at least up to this point. But he came into this with a .789 save percentage, so that will take a slight increase for his liking. And for Minnesota's liking, they will have a very secure playoff spot with a 5-1 record. And for the North American Young Guns, they did what they could, but it could not stop them from consolation play that will begin tomorrow incredibly early. For Minnesota, they'll earn a little bit more sleep. But both teams are now done for the day. And it is only 4:09 Chicago time, so I'm sure they'll go find something enjoyable to do before it's time for the big weekend. Not only playoffs, but the continental divide here is typically a big deal. I think the Young Guns are forgetting that they have to listen to the anthem. It looks like Brooks Gerhardt was taken off. Now they are under the realization. Don't forget, next game at 4:45, Young Kings and the Slovakia Kings. Battle of hierarchy as Slovakia looks to get their first win in this tournament. And for the Young Kings, they look to get back on track after having their 3-game winning streak snapped this morning. That was to First Class, where they lost that game 6-2. So here comes the Star Spangled Banner. And that will do it from the North Rink. Final score 8-1 as the Minnesota Machine propel through the North American Young Guns. The Young Guns move down to 0-6. The Machine now 5-1. And at their best, they could earn the 4th spot in the playoffs. Of course, the top 16 make it. So it'll be a battle until the very last game tonight that occurs at either 8:15 or 8:25. We hope you enjoyed this broadcast, and we hope you stick around. Big game on tap between the Young Kings and Slovakia. And we hope to see you there. For the World Sports Broadcasting Network, my producer, my great producer, is Anthony Lund. My name is Luke Jordan. Have a great rest of your day if we won't see you again. And if we will see you again, we'll see you soon.